Rick, what's going on, brother? Welcome in, man. I'm gonna be starting up in just a second here. I'm just making sure all my equipment is set up the way I want it and, all that jazz. Eric, what's going on, man? What's going on? Bleep, bleep, man. All right, this angle should work. This should be okay. All right, guys, so tonight we're going to be honing this. This is my Griffith Shaving Goods 11/16 E pluribus unum. It's a silver steel blade, and I took this blade earlier today. I had a water edge on it. I took it to my Les Petas coticule, and I refreshed the edge, made sure it was all ready to go. And we are going to be taking it to this stone tonight. This is my brand new Karasu. This is not like an heirloom stone or anything, but it's mine. I love it. And yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna start getting these tomos slurried up, and we'll put an edge on this sucker. I gotta tell you, I'm really stoked to actually finally own J-Nat. I believe the hardness on this is low 4s, 4.2 to maybe 4.3, somewhere around that range. Hopefully, yeah, I do love the size of it. It makes a really great hand honing, but I'm still not skilled enough to keep the slurry on the stone and hold it at the same time. So I'm just gonna do it like this. What's up, Vodka Cat? Nice to see you. Let's get this slurry going here, and we'll get this show on the road. This isn't gonna be too long of a video, but I was gonna do this and I was like, you know what, I might as well just do a live for it. I haven't done one for honing since I got I think my TIs in there. I'm gonna be honing a razor, Vodka Cat. I'm going to be putting this straight razor on the stone, and I'm gonna be finishing the edge that I started earlier today, and tomorrow morning I'm gonna be shaving with this before work. But yeah, nice little slurry going here. Let me just add a little touch of water to this, and we'll get started. Hope you guys like house music. That is my vibe for the night. What's that, Bagel Boy? Welcome in, man. Nice to see you. So I went over to my cousin Rob, the Razor's Edge house last night, and we were playing around with a bunch of J-Nats and stuff, and he had gotten this stone a while ago and prepared it for me, but I finally picked it up from him last night. So I'm super stoked to have this. I'm gonna come in here with two hands and put a little beans on this because, well, just because I want to, really. Hey, thanks, Bagel Boy. Have a great day, man. A great evening, wherever you are. I suppose that's subjective, eh? But Eric, I've been doing a lot of one-hand honing lately, and I'm getting really comfortable with this, and I gotta agree with you, man. This is the way to hone, man. It has a much more tactile feel when you hone like this. And I gotta tell you, this stone, my cousin has a couple of 5 graded J-Nats. It's definitely not a 5, but man, this thing is pretty freaking hard. It's definitely harder than any of the stones I own currently, so I'm curious to see, after I get this edge on here, what this thing is gonna feel like once I get into it and put it on my face. Because I got a feeling this is gonna be pretty freaking keen edge compared to what I've been dealing with. But even what I've been dealing with, I mean, it seems like everybody seems to think they're sharp enough. Sean didn't have any problems. My cousin and Alex, they seem to like the edge. But it'll be interesting to see what I get off of this. Whether it turns it into a laser beam or, I don't know, might make it too sharp. I might have to watch myself on these stones. But I'm new to these things, so still trying to feel my way through. I tell you what, these crows, man, these Karasus with the crow dots in them, or crow spots, I believe they're called, they're fucking beautiful, man. Awesome stones. I was looking at, what is it, Nakayamas, I think? But they were all like around like $600 to $700. I got this stone for a very reasonable price, so I'm happy with it. But I think, you know, I've got the J-Nat itch, so I think I might be looking for a 5 or 5 plus stone soon. We'll see. But these stones have such a great feel to them. I gotta say, man, I really, really like them. Yeah, the uber hard ones. I feel you, Eric. I feel you. You know, it's kind of a, from what I've been reading and what I've been looking at, it's like the hard ones are kind of a double-edged sword. You might get some mid-range out of them, but some of them are just finishers. So I'm gonna take my time, though, man. You know, I got this one, and I don't think I need to rush into another one. You know. But I tell you what, I've really been enjoying this in the 24 hours that I've owned it. I know, I don't have to spend that much, but you know, it's one of those things where, as far as I've heard, like the really nice heirloom 5 plus stones, you got to kind of bide your time and really wait on the right one and bid the right amount. So we'll see how it all comes out. But for now, I'm really happy just to be dipping my feet in the water of the J-Nats. You know, I know a lot of guys who just swear by these things, and you're one of them, Eric. So, you know, it was very inspirational watching you work on yours, and you know, some of these other guys like Jacques over at Dapper, and of course Greg Gallant in his collection. So I'm pretty stoked. I finally got in the big boys club with the big boy stones. But I can tell you right now, I think this has broken down. I'm gonna go a couple more just to make sure. But I definitely don't feel that grit on the apex anymore, that's for sure. You gonna get one, Rick? Awesome, bro. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens with those stropping paste that you got, man. Especially that high one, the 60K. Like, I don't even know what that would do to a razor. Like, would that be a good thing? I don't know. It'd be cool to find out, though. Ooh. I mean, not doing this too fast because I'm still working on my toe first strokes when I'm rolling. But yeah, I think this slurry is broken down. So I'm just going to give this a quick wash. We'll move on to the next stone and see what happens to this edge as I progress. I did double Delicate this down, this razor. I went through my normal progression that I do on my coticules. I started with my standard stone, and then I went to my match stone, to my Les Petas slurry stone. Let me just clean this off here. Make sure we got none of that old slurry on there. And, you know, I still haven't mastered the names of these Nagura. But eventually I'll get there. Eventually I'll learn them all and what these kanji mean and everything. But it's really exciting getting into a new aspect of the whole shave community, man, I gotta say. Yeah, you know, and that's why I bought this stone from him. He had, you know, a handful of stones for me to mess around with and play with and kind of get the feeling of what a 5 feels like, what a 4.5 feels like, what a 3 feels like, you know, what a low 4, like a 4.1 feels like. And this is definitely nothing close to a high 4, but I'd say it's, you know, 4.2, 4.3 hardness. And I think for me, this is going to work perfect because I don't like a super hyper sharp edge, at least not yet. Oh yeah, that feels good. But you know, like I said, I'm just dipping my feet into the pond. We'll see what happens, you know, a year from now. I gotta say though, man, like the tactile feel on these stones is so much nicer than like a slate or a shale, which a lot of the stones out there that I have bought are. So it's really cool to have something like this in my repertoire to pull out and use. And I am, like I said, stoked, man. I tell you what though, I used the stone, one of the stones that Sean Staplefield had sent to Rob, and man, both of those stones are freaking amazing. They really got that itch in me to get one, but you know, we'll see what happens. About to go into the holiday season, and I really want to treat my family to some stuff today, this year rather. So we'll see what happens with that. And one thing I got to say about these J-Nats is it is amazing how these tomos have completely different feels as you go. I keep saying tomos, Nagura have different feels as you go through your progression, man. It's really freaking cool. I think Rob has a low end stone. I believe it's like a 3.5 or a 3 that he was showing me the other night, and I really want to get it for bevel setting. I like bevel setting on my coticule, but it's so much funner on the J-Nat, man. It really is. I'm just going to give this the beans, a couple half strokes here. And I can tell you this is starting to really feel nice. Got a little work on the heel over here to do though. It is addictive, man. It's like crack for the soul, I tell you, man. I mean, a lot of the stuff in this hobby is crack for the soul, but like this is its own thing unto itself. Like I went through the original stages of like really getting comfortable with the honing, and you know, because these razors are a lot different than doing knives, I think. And now that I'm comfortable with the stones I have, I mean, it seemed like the logical thing to do. You know, get a J-Nat and start going with some of these really, really rare and really awesome fucking natural stones, man, because they're just cool as fuck, man. They really are. And like, it's always been my goal to do a completely natural stone hone. So I think these are what's going to get me there. These are going to bring me that joy in my hobby, you know. One thing I will say though is watching Rob and his stones, man, you really got to watch out with some of these stones. He was showing me one last night with the porosity in it and the toxicity that he had, you know, tried digging out and everything. And man, oh, that's got to be gutting when you get a stone like that, because it's actually a really good stone, but that toxicity just absolutely ruins it, man. Have you dealt with a lot of that yourself, Eric? You know, learning your way through what's... Well, I'm sure you have. Who am I kidding? I don't even know why I'm asking you that. You're like the fucking J-Nat whisperer and shit. So it feels like this is broken down already. I'm going to go a couple more laps just to make sure, but it feels like the cutting action has pulled back a bit. So it might be time to move on to the next Nagura. And I have one Tomo right now. And I don't know, maybe you know what these kanji mean, but this is a freaking hard little stone, man. And I think what I'm gonna start doing is shopping around and buying all sorts of Nagura and Tomo and stuff just to mess around with, man. They're a little bit cheaper than the actual, you know, mother stones, so I think that's gonna be my first thing. Yeah, that's what I'm finding out, man. But I've learned though, if you can get a really nice one, they are heirloom, man. They are really cool. I was watching Keith Johnson's videos on Karasu's. He has a couple of them, and I was watching them earlier today, and it really opened my eyes up to you know, what's possible with these stones and the different types of stones and the different mines. So, you know, like I said, it's really fun, man. It's really, really cool. All right. I think we're done on this. I'm going to rinse this and we're going to move on to the next Nagura. I really love the way the grays and the browns and the blacks play in this stone. They're just absolutely gorgeous to work with, man. I wish coticules had, you know, some of these features. Like you can get some with like my Les Petas has that like weird 3D effect to it. It's almost like a crystalline structure, or what looks like a crystalline structure in it, but it's nothing compared to these types of stones. These types of stones, like, I honestly, I want to buy some really pretty ones that aren't good for honing just to like put around the house to look at, because I kind of get my rocks off looking at these things, man. Shobu, huh? All right. I know I rewatched the video you recently did when you were on your J-Nats and you were doing that. I believe it was a Roman blade that you sharpened on them. And man, I tell you, your stones are absolutely beautiful, Eric. Like hyper beautiful. All right, that looks good. That's a nice thick slurry. We'll keep this moving along and just get in here and do a couple circles. Oh yeah, that feels nice and silky. Oh, I love it, dude. It's so cool the way the fucking feeling on the stone changes with the Nagura. It's so cool, dude. Unlike a coticule where it's just the same feedback the whole time, you know what I mean? I can see why this is your preferred way of honing, Eric. Now that I'm starting to get into it, it is just, it's sick as tits, bro. It fucking is, man. And not for nothing, bro. You gotta do a show and tell, man. I'm gonna try and get freaking Greg to do one too, because I know he's got an absolute sick collection between his brushes, his stones, and some of the razors that he owns personally. Like, you guys got fucking gems hidden away, man. Oh, dude, this feels so good. Honestly, I could do this all night, man. I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow, because I would just fuck with this thing till 3 in the morning. Nah, dude. Who's gonna judge you? Please, dude. I mean, not for nothing. I went back and I watched Johan's video from, like, I think it was 2 years ago. He did a tour of some of his razor boxes, and it's like, you know, it is what it is, man. You got what you got. Like, look at the one that's, what's his face? Oh, crap. I can't think of his name right now. The English guy. Sustainashave? No. Sustainashave? Yeah, I think it was Sustainashave. He did his. Oh, dude. He had all them gorgeous vintage crops and cloths, and I mean, dude, it's sick. If people who are into the hobby are gonna love it no matter what, Eric, especially your stone collection, dude. Your stone collection must be something like mind-bending, bro. So whip out them ammo cases, get your little toolbox, your little tooling box out, and do it, man. I'm telling you, people will rave over that shit, man. I love it. I love it when people are like, just lay out everything. Like, this is what I actually have, you know? I mean, look what I did. I did one, and I have like fucking, I don't know, 14 razors and 6 stones or 7 stones or something. Whatever, dude. It is what it is. Not only that, you're the fucking Cajun blade, Eric. Everyone's just gonna be like, oh shit, he's gonna show what he's got. Fuck yeah. Dude, oh my lord. I fucking love this stone. I can't lie. I got home last night and I had to go to bed because I had to wake up and clean the house and run errands today, but I couldn't sleep. I kept getting up and coming over and looking at this stone. Like a fucking little kid at Christmas. I was actually thinking of putting it next to my bed so I could wake up and look at it in the morning. Oh man, I can feel the apex on this. This is getting super sharp, dude. It'll be really, really cool to put this on my face, because even though I messed with a couple razors at Rob's house last night, I still haven't shaven off this stone, so I'm pretty stoked to try it. Gotta admit. And this seems to have broken down already. So I don't know if I'm going to go for another lap, because I know Robbie told me, Eric, that you usually do 2 rounds on this particular Nagura. But you know what? I think I'm gonna do 1, and just see how it goes and test the blade. And you know, if I have to come back to it, I have to come back to it. Not a big deal. Just gonna do a few more, and we'll wash this down. So I hope you guys had a great day, yo. Sean, what's going on? Good to see you, Mr. Staplefield. I was just talking about your beautiful J-Nat stones a minute ago. I got to fuck around with two of the ones that you sent to Robbie yesterday, and they were both fucking amazing, bro, I gotta say. Am I missing anyone? No, I don't think I'm missing anyone. I got two phones going so I can watch the chat and record at the same time, but I really got to set it up so I can do this with my home computer and put it on my TV. That way I can just look at the TV and see everything that's going on, because YouTube does not make it easy to see the chat while you're doing these lives, man. I got to say, it's kind of a pain in the balls. Okay, so you do usually do two on that. All right. Well, this time I'm going to do one. Next time I'm going to do two. Or maybe I'll just do two on this one. I don't know. Like, I'm so lost when it comes to J-Nat. I don't know what's a good process yet, you know? I got to go back and I got to watch a lot of the videos to pick up a lot of the tips and tricks that you guys have laid out, because I watched them before, but I didn't actually absorb the material. And let me just give this a little wipe down here and get that other Tomo slurry off of it. All right, we'll go in on this one. I'm going to use two hands because this is getting a very delicate edge on it, and I'd rather not mess it up because I want it to shave well tomorrow morning. Actually, yeah, that feels good. That feels really good, actually. Sean, I hope you had a good day. I don't know if you worked or not, but good to see you, bro. Dude, who got a fucking kick out of Alex's video yesterday, his outdoor shave, dude? That shit was funny as fuck with this little shopping fucking carriage, or not carriage, but basket. Dude, that shit killed me. I thought that was awesome, man. It's fucking cool having somebody that's artistic and I don't know, just open-minded and thinking out of the box in the community. Oh, man. I just gotta say it again. These stones feel fucking amazing, man. He really is, dude. He really fucking is. Like, he's blown my mind with the soap gumbo and then that video, dude. He's kicking ass, man. He deserves some props, that's for sure. And I can feel the tip on this side. Needs a little work. There we go. Oh, dude, just the tactile feedback you get from these stones is so unlike anything else, man. I also got a chance to check out the Charnley Forest slate. I gotta say, I wasn't hyper impressed with it. I don't know what the shaving edge feels like, but honestly, it didn't feel much different than, say, a Water of Air. It was cool looking, but I was expecting something super special. I don't think it was that special. Maybe it's in the shave. You guys tell me. I don't know. We also checked out some red Vermont slate. If you see the red Vermont slate come out and you already have a green Vermont, don't even bother. It's literally just a different color Vermont slate. It was exactly, performed exactly, felt exactly, even smelled exactly like the green. They're pretty, but it's just a brick. And I mean, it literally looks like a brick. It's the same red color as like your old school fucking bricks from the fucking 30s and 40s. So I lucked out with this stone, I think. I didn't want to spend a whole ton of money, and I don't have the time or the knowledge to be shopping on Buy by myself yet. So I think I did well by myself. I tell you what, though, I think a Nakayama is going to be in my future, man, or a Suida or something like that. All right, I can feel that this is already broken down. I'm gonna do a couple more laps and then I'm gonna go to my Tomo. And I'm probably gonna do 2 on the Tomo, just to make sure Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do one tomo and then the base stone slurry. I don't know. Can you do the base stone before the tomo, or would you do the base stone slurry after the tomo? I don't know how that works. Like, I'm kind of lost with this still. I know the Nagura progression to tomo, but I don't know how it plays like that. Thanks, Sean. It feels really good in your hand, but for the purposes of this video, I didn't want to be, dripping slurry everywhere on myself and just getting really messy. But yeah, I concur. This is like the perfect hand stone. All right, so I think we're pretty much done on this. And real quick, I'll give you guys a profile view of the side of the stone. I was checking it out intently this morning because the opposite side of it has a, hold on, I'll show you. Let me wash this. So you can see on the flip side, it's got that toxicity line. I was trying to trace it through the stone, and it looks like it stops on the edge here, but I don't know if maybe this is part of it. But yeah, you can see she's a little bit of a chonker. I think it's a really, really fantastic size because this stone will last 10,000 years, 100 lifetimes, and still keep kicking ass. I'm happy with it. I'm happy. I got it, like I said, for a really good price, so can't go wrong, man. Can't go wrong. The fam hooked me up. Let me just get a little bit more water on this. And we'll get the tomo going. And like I said, this isn't going to be a super long one. Wow, this tomo is a hard freaking stone, man. One thing I also have to do is I have to take all of these and I have to kind of round them a bit. Robbie was telling me that with these stones, you want to round them a bit. You don't want them to be flat, and right now they are dead flat on the bottom just because I had to break through. You can see there's some of this red material left on it, which I guess is the same as whatever is there because it looked the same. But yeah, I had to kind of grind through that to get to the stone because I didn't want to use this side and go through the stamping. So, but thick thighs, yes sir, you know it. He had another one that was similar, but it was a lot thinner and had a little bit softer feel to it, but felt amazing in the hand. And I was considering it, but then I was like, you know what? Let me just go with this one. It's the one I originally picked, and usually my instincts are on point, so this is the one I went with. Anyway, let me just clean the last slurry off of this, and we'll pop onto this stone. Oh man, I tell you what, that feels like a 12 or 14K Shapton. It's just glassy once you go to these to the Tomo Nagura. They are amazing. Amazing. No Name Bear, what's going on, Rob? How are you, man? Thanks for hopping in. Hopping in? Yeah, hopping in. Hope you had a good day, bro. I'm already on my Tomo. This wasn't meant to be a very long video. Earlier today, I took this razor and I kind of reset the edge on my coticule. I used my Les Petas. I did my standard coticule slurry, and then I did my matched coticule slurry, the Les Petas slurry, and just got it ready. And so basically I'm just doing my finish work right now. But I do have another razor I could throw on here if you guys want. We'll see. We'll see what happens when I get through this one. But yeah, I'm going to be shaving with this razor tomorrow morning, so I want to get this one good to go. And because this is silver steel, I don't know how well these... Actually, it feels like it's breaking the steel down really well. Yeah, that apex is gliding. So I was checking out Happy Shaver posted a video the other day. It was good to see his face again. I know he moved and stuff. I hope he's doing well, and the family settling in. I know the army life and the military life and what it's like to pick up and go at the drop of a dime because Uncle Sam wants you somewhere else. It always sucks changing duty stations, you know? Tell you what, man, this stone, it is not as hard as the ones that you sent Rob, but man, it is freaking close, I gotta say. After playing with some of the softer J-Nats last night, it really gave me an appreciation for what this stone is and what I'm capable of doing on it, so I'm super stoked. And I'm just not gonna stop talking about it because I'm so stoked to be on a J-Nat and have fucking Tomo and Nagura and have the itch. I understand now, Sean. I understand. The light has gone on. Yeah, and that's kind of why I went with this one, Sean. My cousin was explaining it to me, and I was like, you know, I want an all-rounder. And this is the one he suggested to me, and I was like, well, okay, I'll take your word for it, because, you know, he's been doing it longer than I have. It feels good to be a green belt here in the J-Nat world, you know. New guy, but I've got a bunch of masters around me to guide me, so I feel confident, you know. When I first got into the hobby, I knew about them, but it was something that I knew was rather complicated, especially dealing with the names and knowing what they are and understanding stones and where they come from and shit like that. It's always nice to have people in the community that can help guide you and kind of point you in the right direction. Maybe not lead you by the hand, but, you know, like I said, point you in the right direction. That's what I'm trying to say. And I gotta tell you, this edge feels like it's gonna be stupid sharp. I hope it's a comfortable shave. I know it's gonna be hyper keen. Just I hope it's comfortable. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to devise a way of making it comfortable. Well, not devise a way, but devise a process of using it to make it comfortable. But I mean, you guys all seem to love your J-Nat, so I had to get into it, man. It was either this or an Arkansas, and I know the Arkansas edges, and they're just not comfortable for me. They're a little bit too keen, at least the ones that I've shaved with, and I know that I've bought razors from a couple of vendors that all use J-Nats, and every single time I'm super impressed with the way they come out. So I'm sure they're finishing on ultra hard stones, but I'm hoping this one will get me in that range. It doesn't have to be comparable, but as long as it's, you know, like I said, in that range, I'll be good. And I'm just trying to really pay attention to what's going on my apex right now. And I think this is almost broken down, but I'm going to go a little bit longer because I know, Eric, you were saying that even once it breaks down, it still has a little cut of action. It'll bump up the well, not bump up, but it'll bump down the grain size and do an extra polishing as it breaks down. So I'm going to take your advice and just go a little bit longer. Yeah, I think you're right. It is getting a little bit dry. There you go, Sean. Good call, bud. Thank you. We don't want to hone on mud, right? I'm liking the way that apex is feeling now. It's really, really buttery. And honestly, I think all of the J-Nats that I'm going to try and buy in the future are all going to be around this size. I don't know if I'm going to buy those big 8, 10-inch stones. Well, unless they're thin. If it's a thin, long, like 10-inch, like maybe like a 2 1/4 by 10, I think that's a comfortable size. But like big old, you know, 3 1/4 by 10, I find those larger stones are a little bit cumbersome to work on for me. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a little guy. and I like little things. Who knows? Oh, I just opened myself up for some fucking some jokes on that one. Yeah, I got a little dick. No, I don't. But I gotta say, I think this is just about there, man. This is feeling really, really nicely right now, and I don't want to overdo it and overdo it. Now, here's a question. Now that I'm done with this tomo, should I do a base stone slurry and finish on a base stone slurry? Will that bump it up even more? Copa, huh? I've seen some copas, and yeah, I don't know much about the copas. I got to read up on them and get a little bit more knowledge. I know Suitas are good. I know a couple of the different, you know. You would stay tomo? Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, it is copa. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay, all right. But yeah, I think I'm just going to give this a quick lap with my worn 1200. I don't want to use the actual 1200. This side is probably closer to like a 2K, but just make sure that none of those Nagura or Tomo left any scratches in it, because I know that that Tomo seemed to have looked like it gave it a little scratch or two, so just give that a wash down. But yeah, that was my brand new Karasu. I'm just gonna wipe this down real quick. And I'm gonna grab my paddle strap, and I'm just gonna give this couple passes. And then I'll do a little test in my peanut and see where we're at with this. I'm feeling like it's gonna be really good, but you know, I've felt like that before, and you know, it's one of those things. Sometimes you think you're there, and then you test the edge, and you're like, no, still pretty far away. So hopefully this is good to go. The way it feels on the leather. Oh yeah. This is feeling nice, guys. I am super stoked. I can't wait to shave with this. It's gonna feel weird though. I just spent a week with that battle axe on my face, and now I'm moving to my smallest razor that I own. Should be surreal. Hopefully I don't cut myself. All right. Let's see how easily we're going in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That tip is not making me feel good though. I think I'm gonna grab that Tomo and do a little bit more work on the tip, on the toe rather. Now, here's a question for you guys. When you guys round the bottom of your stones, how do you do it? Do you just use obscure angles on the diamond plate, or do you more so try and roll the diamond plate across it in the profile that you want it to go to? Because I still haven't figured that one out yet. I don't know. I know how to get them flat. I don't know how to really round them too much. Don't put it in my peanut. Yeah, I don't know why. I always have troubles with the I always have trouble with the toe on this blade. The geometry on this is not perfect, but you know, I got it close enough to where I'm comfortable with it, so I just been using it. All right, yeah, I can feel that smoothed out. All right, we're good to go. Let me just do a couple of passes here with the toe. And then we'll call it a day. I appreciate you guys coming out for this. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I woke up this morning, I knew I was gonna hone, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just do a live. I was actually kind of hoping you guys were gonna do two guys honing, but when you didn't, I was like, you know what, I'll just do a live. I'll pay back for all the good entertainment you guys gave me, you know, last week and the week before. All right. I think that's about it. That feels the way I want it to feel. Let me just wash this stone down real quick. Oh, dude, I tell you, Eric, when you and Sean get together, it's like two guys sitting in the living room, shooting the shit, just having a fucking talk. It's super relaxed. It's super enjoyable. I really, really do enjoy when you guys do go into lives, because they just hit different, man. You know, I try them. Some other guys have tried them, but you guys are the masters, you know? Your lives are just on a different level. But I'm just going to give a little... Yep, there we go. Now it's fucking in the cloud. So, just to surmise, that is my Griffith Shaving Good, E pluribus unum. This is my brand new Karasu. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys have an amazing day tomorrow. And stay up, stay awesome. Thanks. If I remember, okay, yeah.